Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to the Psychic Training Ground, the most encouraging, supportive, uplifting place to be. This place is for students, teachers, trainees and professionals who wish to help those who wish to help themselves.
By the time I got into my teenage years, I was messing around first with sniffing glue, then with harder drugs.
My relationship broke down and I hit a really, really hard time at that point.
I found out that my ex, who I'd split up with from just under a year prior to that, had killed himself. So that was quite mad low, and I spent the whole of my 2 days pretty much depressed and zombified.
My house was so amazing, you know, people would come into the house and they would say, my gosh, what don't you have? And I said, happiness.
Basically, the reason I love doing processes is because the days on which you do a process, life is incredible. It's like colourful, joyful, exciting, just good. It's good to be alive.
Actually, I didn't use the focus wheel a lot. I knew about it, but I didn't really, use it a lot. But after Nick's group, I started using focus wheels much more.
And he's this young guy who's got so much vision and so much love and so much everything going on. I'm excited about his journey, and I can't wait to see where he's going to be in the next 5 years or whatever. He's going to go places. And instantly I just started feeling better. Weird things started happening. I started winning books and getting free theatre tickets.
I had an intention that I wanted to lose weight, that I wanted to get myself into prime physical shape. I had amazing results in a very, very short time. I think I lost 22 pounds in 10 weeks.
And then the next day at work, I was just, at work, and then I was given a job on that exact same gate to board that plane. I knew it because I've been thinking about it for 24 hours. So you do see like the synchronicities in that way.
And then he came back to my shop to meet me, and we had the most wonderful time. And I told him that I loved him, and I didn't ever told my other boyfriend, my previous boyfriend, I loved him, but I was so confident with him, so open, and he felt the same for me, and we're still together after 6 years, and with 2 children, wonderful children, we're together.
Went for an interview on the Friday, and on the Monday I started the job. And you know what I mean, if that's not law of attraction, and just getting happy, and something comes up, I don't know what it is.
Now I get up in the morning, I open my curtains, I look out and I think, what an amazing city. How much diversity is there? Look at those clouds, look at these people, what a great place to live. It's just, I'm a completely different person.
And for me, it's the realization that I really can, do something that I enjoy. I can be, do I have anything I want?
I try to live in a state of unconditional love. And I have to say, it is amazing.
And the feeling I experience about wanting it and getting it is just like the pleasure of being alive. There are so many things in my life now to be happy. If I focus on those things, then life will be good.
And I still get those moments myself, but then you just catch yourself and you go, whoa, and you bring yourself back into alignment. So yeah, it is that feeling good.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on which part of the world you're calling from. And this is the Psychic Training Ground. And today we have a very special episode, the first of our Law of Attraction series that we're kicking off again. And what we just listened to was a trailer I made recently with some very good friends of mine. Just listening to that trailer, I just felt a surge of pride for everyone. So without further ado, hopefully we've got Lucinda and Patricia standing by. Lucinda, I'll bring on first. We'll have a bit of time. Patricia, I'll bring you on afterwards, and then I'll bring you both on together. So hopefully, Lucinda, you should be ready to speak.
Can you hear me, Nick?
Yes.
Yes. Modern technology.
Yeah, how have you been?
I'm pretty. I'm amazing. Life is just so exciting at the moment, and I'm just permanently grinning and buzzing. So, how are you, Nick?
I was just listening to that trailer because obviously it's just audio format this end. I just felt a surge of pride. It really was amazing, and it was like it was ecstatic. I can't explain how wonderful that was. The whole. So yeah, I just absolutely loved it. Tell us a bit about you came into LOA and your experience with the film and all of that.
Okie doke. Well, basically, I remember the day I read Abraham Hicks's Ask and It's Given. I think it was the 26th of June, 2009, because I was having a really shitty day, excuse the French, and Spirit gave me a very firm prod up the backside and told me to go and get the book there and then. And it was a Wednesday afternoon, so I went into Kingston, got the book immediately, started reading it, and literally from page one I was saying, oh my God. And I could feel the changes within me just from reading it from day one. And I finished it 2 days later on the day Michael Jackson went back to Spirit, and I thought that was quite an auspicious day. And I haven't looked back. I mean, I had a whole year of joy and whatever, and then I think because I've chosen to be able to teach people this, I went through a bit of contrast after the first year, but I've kind of got back in the zone recently, and Abraham Hicks' teachings have changed my life. So when you, Nick, asked me to be in your film to talk to people about it, I was only too delighted. And considering it is your first ever kind of movie, your first ever feature film, it's a bloody good film. And it's already going across the planet like wildfire. So, earlier you were talking about pride. My pride for you is just so huge and so immense. Oh, God. I might be a bit slightly emotional. But no, seriously, I mean, what you're doing, with your groups in this country, and now you're going to America tomorrow and you're doing like a one-off group in San Diego, and you've just got all these people coming who are complete strangers, and you're spreading the love across the planet, and I'm so proud of you. So, yay!
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think, well, I just want to speak a little bit about the film and how it happened, because what I just went along to the Holistic Media Group, and I thought I'd love to do a film. I never knew how to, or no experience whatsoever, and then I just left it. And I just thought, well, hold on, I'll just get a camcorder. And I just video, some people who came to my group. So I was getting camcorders, and technology is amazing. Like, I think my sister could get me like an HD camcorder, and I was looking in the shops, and the quality was exquisite. So I got that, and then setting up in Nadira's flat, I just looked on YouTube on lighting, like a mini light with a shower curtain, and then that was it. I was good to go. And then I just filmed Nadira, and I messed around on her like digital camera, and then from then I thought I put it on her iMovie, and I messed around on that. I thought this could go somewhere, and then I invited you, and then you said, yeah, totally, I'd definitely be up for that. And then Patricia came on board, and then Paul and Heather and Angelique. So that was absolutely amazing. And for me, I just want to rampage about everyone. Like, I loved your knowingness and your humour in the film, and the expressiveness of you, and the gorgeous Marzia. She's English isn't her first language, and she said I'm going to be able to express myself properly. If you've been to vocabulary is exquisite. Really, the emotion and the word he chooses is absolutely amazing. Patricia, she's because I was looking back at the footage, and she's only been into Abe like less than I think she said November of last year. And if you listen to her speak, there's knowingness there, and it's just so wonderful. And you've got the amazing Paul, who's had so much wonderful life experience, and he just so well and fluidly in the movie. And then you've got the wonderful Heather with her magical manifestations and the way she tells us. There's so much humour and expressiveness in it. Angelique, like, she just speaks like so complimentary and so infused, and she just, you can tell she just lives it and loves it. And the amazing Zira, her accent, absolutely, she just was so much support. She provided the materials, the location, and she knows it, and listen to her, and she just, her voice just sings. And
I love her. Yeah.
If I find anyone, the magnificent Roger, who did the music for the film, I just add such incredible layer to the film. And he's so talented. He's got like 1,000,000,001 talents, and I'm doing another show with him and Jay. All of this stuff going on. So
wow,
it feels like I'm at the Oscars. I would like to thank, and I'm hoping
well, exactly.
everyone on the list, but because I've got my main movie stars and my music, and so I think that's. But then everyone who's come to the group, and you know, I was just reflecting, and I'm sending an email out to my London group. Just everyone's just so amazing, and they've come once or come all the time. I just know them, by online. It's just amazing, the kind of melting pot that we've created and stuff. So we're very blessed.
We are. We're incredibly blessed,
Got a few minutes left of the show. So, Patricia, if you're standing by, I'm just going to bring you on the air, have a little chat with you, and we'll just open it up and see what else we can come up with. Patricia, you should be on the air now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah!
Yay! Hey, Patricia!
Hi, Lucinda.
Hey, darling.
So Patricia, just tell me about your experience coming into LOA and all of Abe and how it's been for you.
It started with The Secret, which really inspires me. And once you finish reading The Secret, you want to know where to go, don't you? And I didn't know where to go. But luckily, I say luckily, but of course, I guess most people who want this, they get attracted to Abe. Either a DVD or the website. So I did get attracted to Abe. It's not coincidence. Obviously, I was meant to find Abe. And then I just started going through their material, and of course, all Abe material is it's so inspiring. The way they talk, the way they put things. They make it the books are very easy to read. The processes, everything is really simple to understand. And the thing about LOA is that I was so desperate to believe it. And even though I wanted to believe it, I've kind of realized now in my subconscious mind I had a lot of changing to do. In my subconscious mind, I still didn't really believe it. This is only something I've kind of realized recently. So if something's wrong, if I had contrast, I'd be happy just to kind of throw it all away and think, well, this isn't real. And even about I don't know, probably about 6 months into it, I was actually thinking of just ditching the whole thing. But it just kept on coming back. I didn't want to ditch it. I really wanted to believe it was real, and I'd put the DVD on, then I'd be, kind of back to, I do want to believe this. And I reckon, you mentioned that I've discovered Abe, I think, it was The Secret Behind a Secret DVD about a year ago.
Yeah. Mm.
And I think it's taken me about that long to kind of change what's been in my subconscious mind, actually. Because for me it was big. It was a big jump.
But I think you've done so well, and you've come so far, because even from the first couple of meetings that you came along to, I knew that you knew it, and I was like, Patricia's here. I knew it in my conscious mind, but I think in my subconscious mind it's been a bit of a longer journey
kind of fully be in, fully accept everything, fully have it kind of integrated into my being fully. I reckon that's taken me a year actually.
And actually, you raise a really, really good point, because you can doubt even now. I go through those days where I'm like, it's so true. Like, do my thoughts really create my reality to the extent? I mean, even I think. Let me think. Last week I was having an experience. I was just on my way to work, and I thought, at this point, it is ingrained in me. But every so often I think, is it really all vibrational? But then I thought to myself, no, something usually will prove itself to me at this point in the game that I am now. And then I arrived at work, and that promotion which I've been, which they've asked me about ages ago, and I'd been stressing about, I completely forgot about it because I was so caught up in everything else that was going on. And they confirmed that to me, that like less than a couple of hours after I had the thought, well, do I doubt it? But usually it confirmed to me. So Lucinda, I actually open that up to you now. Have you ever gone through time where you think, oh, this is a load of poo-poo? Should I stick with it? Should I leave it? What's your experience and opinion on that?
Well, yes, I had an interesting one, because as soon as I read the book, like 2 years ago, I had a whole year of fun and joy and bliss. And then October last year, my cat, bless her, was getting very poorly and getting ready to depart the earthly world. And I was having kind of financial, problems as well. And it somehow made me lose faith. And I stopped doing the processes, so of course that doesn't help, because, the processes do work on every subject and every situation. So, but I mean, looking back at the broader picture, I think I can see now, because I coach people on this, and I think I had been too Pollyanna and too happy for so long that I couldn't relate to a lot of my clients. And so I personally think I chose to go through that contrast and to not believe and not trust anymore, so that I could kind of climb the way up the emotional ladder and do it in a very, very deep way. But, I think it's natural for us all to doubt it. I mean, even now when things are going incredibly well, I still have doubts about things, but then our questions always do get answered, and the universe does always show us incredible things to make us kind of believe and have the evidence, on a daily basis. It's so wonderful, all of this. I mean, Abe Hicks really they're changing the face of the planet. So I recommend the book to every single human being I come across. Literally, I just can't, I can't stop shouting their praises enough. And then we've got you and your radio show and your movie and your groups all over the world now.
It's all for the fun of it. And actually, I want to speak on the practical point, because we speak a lot of the processes, and for me, they're just a nice touchstone to doing that, and I'll do meditation or positive aspects of wills and other stuff. So I'm passing back to you, Patricia. How do you apply on a daily basis or weekly basis? What stuff do you reach for when you're going through any kind of bumpy period, or you just want to top up your vibration?
Actually, I'm very inconsistent. I mean, I quite like YouTube. What I'll do actually is just kind of do what Abe says and just do anything to kind of make yourself feel better. I mean, a place where I really get stuck is at work, because if you suffer contrast at work, it's quite hard to kind of grab for something. What I found is that just having the awareness of that negativity, it kind of helps. And I know I've got to do what I can to shake it off. And I try to usually just, I use different methods all the time, but I just try to, I'm aware of it, and I say to myself, okay, I'm here, now I know what I've got to do, but I've just got to shake it off, think about something else. I try to do what Abe does. I try to work my way up the emotional scale, but when I'm at work, that is a real sticking point, because it can be difficult. But it's working my way up. It's first of all being aware of it, which I wasn't before I started reading all this material. It's being aware of it, being aware that you're going to you are attracting a negative, a vibration that's in resonance with that negativity, that negative feeling, and that you've got to do anything you can to feel better. And I just try and think of better things, anything.
Yeah, no, you raise a really cool. So what do you do, Lucinda, if you're going through a bumpy period or not so bumpy period? Do you do any processes or techniques, or what do you do to get in the vortex deliberately?
Well, I mean, Well, now, because because I have experienced, deep periods of contrast, negativity, which we've all done. But now, because I'm so determined to be in charge of my life, I have been doing processes daily for probably about 6 months now. And I must be honest, these have been the most incredible 6 months of my life, and I know that a lot of it is to do with the processes. It's also, I know, because I happened to read a wonderful email. There was a channeled message from the Hathors, these lovely beings who are very wise and wonderful, and they happened to kind of talk about, this time of humanity's growth and the exciting times on our planet, and they kind of somehow made me get rid of my victim side and the poor me side. Which we all may or may not choose to play at different stages. And when I got rid of that, that made me feel so much stronger, because that had always held me back. I had an Achilles heel because I've chosen to come here with no family. And every now and again I'd look around at all my friends and say, they've all got family, oh, I'm so sad. And it did give me a lot of angst. But now that side's gone, I just get, contrast here and there like we all do. But I deliberately do work my way up the scale. I've had a few things, a bit of contrast this year that I haven't been able to move out of immediately, and it has been there for a couple of days. But on the whole, I will reach for a process. I like the rampage of appreciation. I find that really, really powerful, and there's something about, for me, the written word. Or I, put on a tune I like, or I stroke my cat, or I call a friend. So I do now try and make sure I'm determined to work my way up. But at the same time, it is okay to be pissed off. It is okay to have a shitty moment or a shitty day, because, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we have to experience the crap to experience the joy. But these processes do work on everything. So, yeah.
That's a really good point, because like what Patricia was saying earlier and what you just mentioned, I think awareness is 80 to 90% of the game now, because if you're going unaware, then you don't realize what you're doing. Whereas at least now, although I have to say, when I get out of the vortex, it does hurt that much more, because I'm like so used to being in.
Yeah.
But it's being deliberate and saying, you know what, okay, it's dumping out, but I'm going to make some effort at some point to get out of it. So I will watch a movie with me getting distracted and being sucked into the movie and really enjoying what's going on, or I'll put a tune on and say, I really choose to feel this music, or this phone call, or do whatever, in the attitude of releasing it and stepping into that other space, especially like the retreats or holidays or cruises. I'm like, I am not going to stress at all. My resistance is going to be nothing. And just me saying that and making a conscious effort to not worry about it, even if it's for those 2 or 3 or 4, whatever sake, that's, I think, a conscious effort for me, and I think that is most of the game done, as long as you're aware. Patricia, have you any wonderful stories, manifestations, or anything? I know that you had the wonderful money card story, or anything else that you want to share with us that you've been like, wow, I did that, and that was deliberate.
Oh, that's put me on the spot now.
Well, you've always got the money one at the airport if you can't think of anything else, but if there's anything else that stands out for you, then that's cool too.
I mean, I mentioned that I joined this kind of like this company that helps you to kind of find ways to create multiple sources of income.
Uh-huh.
And I've been, one of the things that Abe has kind of enlightened me to is the fact that I need to find out why I came here, what my passion is, and that's something that I think that I've struggled with and is kind of still ongoing. Anyway, the person, I just call her my mentor, suggested that I set up a website, as one of my sources of income, but I had no idea kind of like what topic, what can I talk about if I don't know what am I passionate about, what can I talk about, what do I know about? I think it was that evening or the next day, a friend I know sent an email saying that he was going to set up kind of like a franchise of weight loss clubs, and he was looking for people to sign up, people who were into health and fitness and nutrition. He was looking for people to sign up, and he would take us through this course, and at the end of the course we would set up our own kind of weight loss clubs. And so I was like, 1 minute I had no idea what to kind of set what kind of what topic to talk about, and then within kind of 24 hours, I've had this email from one of my friends about these weight loss clubs, which is something I am interested in. You know, looking for people to set up this like their own little weight loss clubs. So it's kind of like I do get these small synchronicities. So that was, you know, 1 minute I had no idea, next minute I signed up to be starting my own weight loss club in the new year.
Wow.
So, but the thing is, you take these for granted, but they are synchronicities, and they happen, like Lucinda said, like every day. Yeah.
Yeah. Lucinda, do you want to share anything? I think our show's almost over, so any quick stories or anything?
Just, well, you know, the processes work, and just, you know, these last few months have just been so exciting. So many things are happening I haven't even asked for, and I mean, I like waffling, so I'll save it for another time, but just, you know, life really is so fun, and the more we appreciate, that really is the key to all of this. The more we appreciate, the more the universe gives us to appreciate. And, you know, I just get so excited daily now, and it's just getting better and better and better and better. So, yeah, it works, all of this.
Does indeed. Okay, well, I mean, I think that the show's almost over. Patricia, do you have any final words or any words to someone who's brand new and who's listening? Like, you know, I don't know if I should give it a try or is it worth it? Do you have any final words that you want to share?
I'd say number 1, watch The Secret. And then number 2, watch The Secret Behind The Secret. That's seriously what I would say. Watch The Secret first, and then watch The Secret Behind The Secret, and take it from there.
Cool. Love it. Lucinda, do you have any final words?
I totally agree with Patricia, and then I would also add, so watch those two things, The Secret and then The Secret Behind The Secret, then read Ask and It's Given and start looking at doing exercises daily, which is fun and easy. But also a book I would then add is the second best book on the planet is Synchro Destiny by Deepak Chopra. That will change things as well fundamentally. And again, write your synchronicities down because then they just get bigger and brighter and more Hollywood. So, yeah. Go for it, guys. You know, just you've got nothing to lose by trying this. It's so fun and it works.
Yeah, it does, and that's what Heather said when the movie that I just love. She's like, well, so what if you try it? If it doesn't work, you're just a little bit happier, and it does work. It could change your life type thing. So, so yes. Well, thank you guys for our first little test show. We made it in the end. We absolutely
did it.
And Marzi, it's so nice that you're here, and yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone and everything. I'm off to America tomorrow. My proper holiday. I'm going to be in San Diego teaching for a little bit, and who knows, world tour next year. I'm thinking, you know, why not? Let's do it. So, before I play the closing jingle, anything that anyone else wants to say?
We love you, Nick.
Yeah, have a good journey.
Yeah, have fun in America.
Thank you, guys. I'm just going to play the jingle and log you out, and then I'll touch base with you afterwards. Take care. Thank you for listening. Bye. Thank you for joining.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Psychic Training Ground, the most encouraging, supportive, uplifting place to be. We hope you've enjoyed the show and we'll see you soon. All is well, there is great love here for you.